Hello and welcome to On the Bench, the only weekly sports discussion show for the Lincolnshire and Humber region right here on Channel 7. I'm Paul Woodford. On today's show, we'll be discussing the stories that have been making the headlines in the world of sport this week and asking our studio guests here to share their thoughts on what's been going on. And as usual, we've taken your questions and pitched them to our resident experts, Tom and Stu, in A View from the Estuary. Joining us on the bench this week is Matt Dean, Sports Output Editor at BBC Radio Humberside, and next to him we have our very own Matt Denson, who's been given a week off this week, a little less sweaty, and he joins us in the studio. A pleasure to welcome you both to On the Bench.
Thank you. Thank you.
Matt, just talk to us a little bit about your role at the BBC. Quite busy at the moment, I'm sure.
Very busy. We've got Hull City, of course, up into the Premier League, which is keeping us all very busy, but we also have Grimsby Town trying to battle their way out of the Blue Scoreboard Premier, and they're preparing for that at the moment. Scunthorpe United preparing for life back in League Two. We've got two Super League clubs as well, and Luke Campbell, who was in action at the weekend, making his pro debut, so we've been on our toes. A
fantastic result as well. And of course you cover other sports such as golf, we were talking earlier, and some tennis as well.
That's right. We've got Richard Finch on the European Tour. He's from Hull. And we've got Kyle Edmund, one of the rising talents in the world of tennis. So he's doing well at the moment. He was under the national spotlight on the first day of Wimbledon, making his senior Grand Slam debut. So yeah, we've got lots going on.
Fantastic. A very busy job and very envious. Sounds quite fun, doesn't it, Matt?
It does, yeah. It does. I was thinking, wow, there's a lot going on there.
Also on the show this week, Rachel Chadwick went down to the Bradley Community Stadium where Grimsby Town kicked off their pre-season antics with a match against Cleethorpes Town. That's all coming up later, but first, it's the headlines. England won their first test of the Ashes in a thrilling match at Trent Bridge on Sunday. I don't think any of us would deny that. James Anderson was the hero of the final day as the hosts held their nerve to clinch the test by just 14 runs. Local women's football team, the Solar Ladies, are celebrating what has been described as an out-of-this-world debut season in the Lincolnshire County Women's League by winning promotion and capping it off with a cup final appearance. So well done to them as well. Fantastic result this season. And former world champion Tyson Gay and ex-100 metres world record holder Asafa Powell have both failed drug tests in recent months. Tyson Gay was told on Friday by the US anti-doping agency that a sample of an out-of-competition test in May came back positive. Powell also tested positive for banned stimulants at the Jamaican Championships back in June. It again raises the question of drugs in sport after the controversy over Lance Armstrong that we of course discussed here at On the Bench on the show last week. Now, it's been just over a week since Andy Murray's momentous victory at Wimbledon, ending a 77-year wait for a British male singles winner. No sooner had he left the court though, various figures, including the Prime Minister, have said Andy Murray deserves a knighthood after his achievement. Andy Murray has himself said it's a nice thing to have or to be offered, but he doesn't know if it really merits that. His goal is to, not mine, is to try and win more Grand Slams. Recently on the bench we discussed whether these accolades are given out too soon or perhaps too easily to sports stars. But given that a recent poll has shown that there are more people against the idea of giving Murray a knighthood than in favour, what I'd like to put to the guests tonight is the question of whether the mention of further awards so soon devalues or overshadows achievements like Murray's title. Guys, take nothing away, an absolutely stunning victory from Murray, but is it too soon, Matt?
Of course it's not too soon. I mean, he's won the title for the men's for the first time, his first British winner since 1936, I think it is. That's a tremendous achievement. If we can't be acknowledging that by making him a knight, then I certainly think that we're struggling. I know we disagree on this, don't we?
Matt obviously is disagreeing. It was a national party for the country. Surely that's enough of a celebration for him.
I agree he deserves a knighthood, but the question is the timing. Does he need it now? He hasn't finished his career. You know, why not, he's still got a lot to play for. He's still got a lot to go, he's still got a lot to achieve. Does he need the knighthood now? Not does he need it, or should we be getting it now, or should we wait till later in his career?
When we were talking about this earlier, obviously he has got the 2 Grand Slams, he's also got the Olympic accolades, and when you look at Jessica Ennis and Mo Farah and Luke Campbell, who have all had accolades following their Olympic success, perhaps he has got quite a collection to his name and it does warrant it.
It does. I think he's got a strong case for it, and I think that the Prime Minister came out straight away after Andy Murray won the men's title and said that he deserves one, so I think it's going to be very hard for them not to award him one now, don't you think?
Although that is just a suggestion. It's not his decision.
I don't think there's any dispute he'll get it. I just think it's the timing. Does he need to have it now? Should he wait till a bit later in his career? He's still a young lad. He's still got a lot to do. Still a lot he's got to achieve. You know, does he need this now? Can he take it later? I think he should have it later. I think it's an opinion that's really dividing people.
Well, clearly it's dividing Murray himself.
Yeah.
I'm sure some of his family would quite like him to get it, but he said himself that he doesn't really think it merits it. Perhaps he's just
playing it down, though, isn't he, at the moment,
opinion.
I think. I don't think he's the type of person to court publicity, and I don't think he's the type of person to sort of put himself up there and shout about what he's achieved. So I think he's probably playing it down, but my feeling is that he deserves one, and he's done fantastically well over the course of not only just the last couple of weeks, but over the course of the last 12 months.
I think he's done very well, and I don't think there's anybody who'll disagree with you, because I mean he's put some tremendous matches together against some good opponents. But I do believe he'll get it, but I don't think he needs it now.
But he's been the outstanding sportsman of the year in this country.
He has. Okay, we give him the knighthood. Not we. Oh, if you want.
Can if you want.
Yeah, let's give him
yeah.
a knighthood. But what happens later in his career when he wins more Grand Slams,
Correct.
when he becomes the best tennis player, best British tennis player, world tennis player of all time, which could happen. We'd like it to see it happen.
Definitely.
What happens then? What do we give him then?
Good question. We'll have to review that when we get further down the track, but I don't think we should wait for his career to take a certain path before we decide where we're going next with it. I think that it would be a shame if his career was on the wane and then we decided that we were going to look at acknowledging what he's achieved.
I think because of what he's achieved, I don't think it'll be a long time. I think it'll be a long time before it wanes, because he'll always be there. You know, he's done it.
But I do take Matt's point.
Yeah.
But I just think with the knighthood,
You're struggling with it, aren't you?
why are we giving these knighthoods out? I mean, these guys are doing a job. There was a lot of expectation on his shoulders, and fair play. He delivered, as you say.
So are you proposing then we scrap the honours system? Because that's an entirely different debate, isn't it?
It really is. It really is. Either way, fantastic performance. Take nothing away from the man. Great performance. Whatever we here on the bench and you at home think on the subject, clearly it says a lot about the man himself that Andy says he'd rather concentrate on winning more titles than a knighthood. So thanks for your opinions on that one, guys. Now, we've been going through your questions, some really good ones this week as well, and we've pitched a selection of our favourites to Tom and Stu. So here's View from the Estuary.
Hello and welcome to this week's View from the Estuary.
Yeah, I think to be fair, he does. I think, you know, he's one of the best bowlers of his time.
You just look at his accolades in the game.
Yeah.
And obviously he does deserve it, because I mean, during his playing days, I think he was regarded as one of the best bowlers, you know, of his time.
Yeah, he had the record as well for most Test wickets during his time. Only beaten because he retired.
And obviously fans do love him. I know it's not everything, but he's the fans love the guy. So both sides of the sport, he's just, you know, I mean, it's phenomenal.
Yeah, I'm surprised he wasn't there sooner.
Yeah. How long's enough time to recover? She's obviously not competed since the Olympics last year, so that's almost a year to the month really. But she has had this injury.
Yeah, it's an ankle injury as well. You know, being a heptathlete, ankles are quite vital in.
You need your ankles, don't you?
Yeah, you do need your ankles. But she hasn't competed, as you said, for almost a year. But anybody can beat anyone. She's the Olympic champion.
Yeah, don't forget, she's obviously got talent, because you know, you're not a champion for no reason. So she could come back into the game and still win the odd medal, definitely.
Yeah.
Massively.
Yeah, most definitely.
I mean, fans obviously want to see their team at home. So for the players and fans, it's not going to be home, is it? It's not the same. Yeah.
Obviously, you want to make your home ground a fortress. The players will turn up at Northampton knowing that it's not their home as well. And it's a much smaller ground, 7,500 at Sixfields, 32,000 plus at the Rico. They are going to notice a big difference.
Plus, you've got the actual physical travel time. You know, it's 34 miles away. You know, fans really want to go see their home side 34 miles away from where they live.
You don't beat Novak Djokovic 3-0 in sets. And as you say, it's not a fluke.
He did it last year in the US Open. He beat Djokovic then.
And in the semi-finals of the Olympics.
Yep. You know, without a doubt, he's going to go on and win more. It's his second Grand Slam now, so he's going to continue, I think. He's been a top player for a while.
Yeah, he holds 2 out of the 4 Grand Slams. So
he's going to go and win more, without a doubt.
Yeah. Well, that's it from us for this week. Join us again next week, where we will be answering more of your questions. You can get in contact with us with your questions on Twitter @OnTheBenchTV, or just search on Facebook, On The Bench TV. See you next week.
As always, some great questions there. Well done if yours made the cut. Join us after the break for more discussion from our guests and to see how Rachel got on down at Bradley Football Development Centre. Welcome back to On The Bench. Now, Rachel Chadwick went to see Grimsby's first pre-season friendly against Cleethorpes Town. A great local spectacle, and she caught up with Rob Scott, Grimsby Town's joint manager, to ask him about the upcoming season. Also, keep your eye on the score too, because the On The Bench presenters had a bet on with Rach. If Cleethorpes won, she was buying the ice cream.
Here we are then down at Bradley Football Development Centre, home of Cleethorpes Town for Grimsby Town's first pre-season friendly. So we're going to have a chat to some of the fans and hopefully a few of the players to see how the season's looking so far. So let's go and have a look. So I'm here with assistant manager Matt, and we are on the bench. So how's the game looking for tonight?
Good, the lads have been doing well pre-season, working hard. Maybe come a bit early this game, but yeah, they're going to enjoy it.
Yeah, and it's quite an honour to have Grimsby Town come into your ground and, you know, enjoy the moment, really.
Oh, it's massive for the lads, yeah, to put themselves up against professional opposition, it's always a good challenge, so
yeah, definitely.
The lads will enjoy it, and I'm sure they'll rise to the occasion.
I'm here with Dave, who's the chairman of Cleethorpes Football Club, and you may recognise him from a couple of episodes ago on the bench with Paul. So how's the game looking for tonight then, Dave?
Oh, looking forward tremendously. It's a big occasion for us. We're only a small club, and to be playing Grimsby Town, dream come true really.
Yeah, and a gorgeous night for it, really nice
fantastic.
and sunny.
Couldn't have wished for a better night really.
Yeah.
And hopefully, we've sold all the tickets, so...
How many fans are you expecting through the doors tonight then?
1,000.
Fantastic,
So,
that is brilliant for the club, isn't it?
Oh, tremendous. And also for Grimsby Town as well, because we're sharing half the gate receipts, so Grimsby's going to benefit for their youth system, so yeah, fantastic occasion for everyone.
Okay, here I am with Rob then from Grimsby Town. So Rob, how's the game looking for tonight?
Yeah, good. It's going to be a good run out for the lads. Obviously, nice and warm for them, which it's been the sort of case for the majority of pre-season so far. So, be a good workout. It's a physical test for them. They've been working hard daily since they've come back in. So
looking forward to the season then. Everything's in place and ready?
Not quite. Regards to squad, we're just 2 or 3 short just at the moment. So we're working on things behind the scenes to get that in place. But no, we're happy with what we've brought into the club so far. We feel that we've taken another step forward in the signings that we've made, and hopefully that will be the case on the pitch as we go along. But yeah, the season's before you know it, it's upon you. So it's about putting all the effort in now and getting the hard yards done now, and hopefully that'll reap its rewards during the season.
Brilliant. Well, thanks ever so much for your time. Good to meet you.
Cheers.
Thanks ever so much. Cheers. I've got Grimsby and Cleethorpes warming up behind me, so I'm going to have a quick chat to a few of the fans and see what they think about the game ahead. So I'm here with Terry. He's the chairman of the Grimsby Travel Club. Welcome to the show, Terry.
Thank
Looking
you.
forward to the game tonight?
Yeah, first of the new season.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Should be a good one against Cleethorpes, local rivalry.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Cleethorpes playing in Grimsby.
Yeah, I know, and vice versa.
Correct. That's right.
Any score predictions tonight then?
16 now.
16.
Yeah.
And have you got any favourite players?
Liam Hearn.
Liam Hearn?
Yeah.
Okay, why is he your favourite?
Because he scores goals.
Scores goals. Okay, so you just go for the superstar striker?
Yeah, 25 goals in one season.
Anybody that's a particular favourite of yours watching the players?
No, not all of them really.
Yeah. Just like men in shorts, don't you? That's what you're here for. Yeah, I don't blame you. That's what I'm here for anyway. Here come the players then. So it's an exciting night for Grimsby and Cleethorpes. Grimsby Town versus Cleethorpes Town in a local derby. Good luck to all the players tonight. It should be a really, really great game. Half-time, it's 0-0 still, so let's get a bit of reaction from some of the fans. I've got Robert and Aaron here. How do you think the first half's gone?
I've enjoyed it.
Yeah? Been all
Considering
right?
it's been the start of the season, for the first pre-season, it's been good.
Okay, what about yourself, Aaron?
It's been good. We can't get the service to the forwards. We need to start doing that in the second half.
So a bit of an improvement in the second half, maybe. scoreline down here then, so it's Cleethorpes Town 0, Grimsby Town 2. Good game to get ready for the pre-season, but I don't owe anyone any ice cream, so it's good all round.
Now, the new football season is fast approaching and all of our local teams will be busy in action. Hull City, of course, were promoted to the Premiership. Scunthorpe were relegated to League Two and both Grimsby and Lincoln will be pushing for promotion from the Blue Square Premiership. So, looking ahead locally, some big matches coming up, particularly Hull City away at Chelsea to start the season off. That's a nice one, isn't it?
Yeah. From Hull City's point of view, I think that's a great opener because all the attention will be on Mourinho, with it being his first game back at the club. So I think from Hull City's point of view, there is no pressure on them at all going to Stamford Bridge. And the game's been moved to the Sunday, so that will create a greater atmosphere, I think, because all the attention, the spotlight will be on Mourinho and all the Chelsea players, and they'll be expected to get a result.
Is that the game plan, do you think? Do you think they're going to be concentrating, we were talking earlier about it, more on the teams that they'll be fighting for?
Yeah, I think Hull City need to be looking at winning against teams who'll be finishing in the final third of the table. They shouldn't be worrying about, your Manchester Cities, your Chelseas, your Manchester Uniteds and games against clubs like that. I don't think they should be too concerned about that. I think it's about getting results against teams that'll be in the lower half of the table because that's ultimately where I think their future will be decided next season.
I mean, sort of scrap it out at the bottom. Beat the teams, beat the teams among themselves, the new teams going up and the teams that are always going to hang around the bottom. But yeah, I think they can do all right, I think they've got a good chance.
I think the recruitment's been pretty good as well. So far this summer, they've been very sensible with the players they've been bringing in. And it's all been within the wage budget, so they've done really well so far.
I think the fans will appreciate that after the problems we had last time as well.
Definitely, because last time they went for it, they went aggressively, didn't they? Once they went up, they were very aggressive, and it didn't work for them. I think they've learned a lesson, and I think they've learned a lesson.
Cracking results, Arsenal.
Yeah.
Against Arsenal was a great result.
But I think they've learned a lesson that can keep them up there. I do think they'll be there.
Scunthorpe didn't fare quite as well, and they need to stop the slippery slope, don't they? They were against Mansfield Town. I think their first match is Mansfield.
That's right, and they've got momentum. Mansfield, of course, coming up from the conference last season. So that's a difficult opener, I think, for Scunthorpe, who I think they've recruited really well this summer, Scunthorpe. They've brought in some good experienced players, people like Andy Dawson, who's played in the Premier League with Hull City. Chris Iwelumo, again, he's played in the top flight as well. So I think that they've recruited well so far. And Scunthorpe look like they're really going for it. Yeah,
the break will have done them good, Scunthorpe, to be fair. They've obviously gone down, but they can refocus now. They know where they're going to go. But you say Mansfield, I saw them a couple of times last season. Decent a very good outfit, good outfit. So yeah,
they really need to as well, don't they? The other one to mention, Grimsby Town, Blue Square Premier. First game is to Aldershot. Manager Rob Scott is the brother of Grimsby joint manager, so a bit of a family affair going on with that one. I'm sure the rivalry will be as intense off the pitch as it is on.
We just need the points. Let's get to a flying start. Let's get the points under our belt. Forget the family rivalry. We just want those points.
Although the backdrop really for this one has been about just recently the problems financially off the field that Aldershot have had, and whether they'll be able to put out a team on that opening day
definitely.
Of the season.
There's some speculation yet whether that's going to happen, isn't there? Because obviously they've got problems. Both teams are trying to concentrate on the football or the opening of the football. While behind the scenes, there's obviously some panic going on.
There's some interesting first matches then. We touched just briefly there on new signings. Of course, most of the local squads are still yet to complete the picture for this year. What are we looking at there? Is there going to be any shocking results as we near the end of the window?
In terms of incoming at the clubs, I don't think so. I think they're all looking out there at the moment, and I think the clubs are in a really strong position because in the past, I think the power has been with the players because of the amount of money that's been in the game, but the money's dried up, and now there's a pool of players who will probably struggle to get clubs.
Definitely, yeah. There's some players out there that'll be lucky to get signed for next year.
Well, with some squads still looking to fill up, I'm sure there'll be a bit of a squabble going on as we speak.
Definitely.
That's all we've got time for, unfortunately, this week. This discussion could have gone on for a lot longer, I'm sure, but we'll be back next week with more sports thoughts and opinions from around the region. Thank you to our guests tonight, Matt Dean and Matt Denson, our very own. He behaved himself for once. Remember, you can get involved in the discussion too. Just find us on Facebook or Twitter. We'll see you next time here at On The Bench. Take care. See you soon.